Hello, folks. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, and this is NCK Live. I should say almost live. Getting very busy. Had a chance to go ahead and take care of this. And we are still fighting off that creeping crud that I had. It crept in, cramped, and crept out, and it's still on its way out. That's something my grandmother used to say. And we're going to talk today about blood sacrifice, ritualistic child abuse in the Christian church. This is something that's probably going to be a little bit upsetting for some of you. This is something that is going to be something you probably haven't heard before, or at least haven't heard it in this reference, because it's something that we like to, as people in a Christian society, whether we are in the church any longer or not, we like to go ahead and sweep it under the rug. But we're not going to let that happen. And I just want to let you know I've had a great revelation. We're going to have a big sea change, not a sea change, but an expansion of our work here at NCK and at the Christian Whistleblower. Not going anywhere, not really changing, but it really is an expansion of what we're going to be doing. And I want to talk today, and I want to encourage you to go to jeffreydaugherty.com. I want to encourage you to order our books. Our books are, people, you come on, you listen to these videos, you say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, have enough integrity to plunk down the $2.99 for an ebook so you can find the exhaustive references and the exhaustive listing of all the sources. I have over 100,000 hours of Bible study. I have over 30 years of Bible study. I was a licensed minister of the largest Pentecostal organization in the world for 20 years. So if you feel comfortable just criticizing, that's okay. But if you'd actually like to check it out and find out where I'm coming from, that is available to you at jeffreydaugherty.com. We do have series going on each and every week, free of charge on my YouTube. So I do encourage you to go ahead and go there, jeffreydaugherty.com. And since you're here on the YouTube channel, I encourage you to like this video, share this video, and also subscribe while you're here. Well, without any further ado, let's move right into what I want to talk about today, ritualistic child abuse and blood magic sacrifice within the Christian church. And right here we're talking in Genesis 17. And many of you will see, it says the covenant of circumcision. He's being outrageous. There's nothing about this. How can that be? Blah, blah, blah. Well, before you go and act that way, let's think about this, okay? Let's think about this. And let's see exactly what, and this is God. This is the Lord. This is Yahweh. This is Jehovah. This is Yaldabaoth. This is the person that you call God. And God says that he wants every man to be circumcised. He wants every man to be circumcised. And it's interesting to me because this is a covenant that he's going to make with this man and with his seed. I thought that God was not a respecter of persons. But here, a God that in one place says he's not a respecter of persons is respecting persons. A God that says that he loves everyone equally is picking out certain people. And he's giving them this outward display of what he wants them to do in order to be his people. So the God that is no respecter of persons is respecting persons. That's called hypocrisy. That's called oxymoron. That's called contradiction. That's called a liar. So what I'm saying to you and what the Bible is showing to you is that Yahweh is a liar. Jehovah is a liar. The Lord is a liar. Yaldabaoth is a liar. Marduk is a liar. He's making a covenant. He's picking out a people when he said that he is not a respecter of persons. But that's not even what this is about. But how can you follow a God? How can you trust your eternal salvation to a God that cannot even be believed to keep his own word? I'll leave that with you. Every man child should be circumcised. Every man child is to be circumcised. Cut off the flesh of the foreskin. I'm pretty sure that most of you know what we're talking about here. Cutting the end of the penis off. And it will be a token, Yahweh said, it's a token of the covenant between you and me. It's a token of the covenant between you and me. Here's a God that says, I don't pick favorites, picking favorites. And the thing that establishes these people as favorites is that they cut off the end of their penises. They cut off the end of their penises. And in a bit of what I see as comedy, Yahweh adds that the person who doesn't have his foreskin circumcised will be cut off. He'll be cut off from the people. He that is not circumcised will be cut off. I'm sorry, you got to admit that's funny. If you don't cut off, you'll be cut off. Why? Because you have broken a covenant. So this is how serious Yahweh is about this. This is how serious the Lord is about this. This is how serious your God is about this subject. Oh, well, Jeff, it's just circumcision. Doesn't really matter that much. It's not that big of a deal. Well, it is to Yahweh. It is to the Lord. It is to your God, to the point where he said, listen, it's going to be, you'll have the covenant, you'll break the covenant with me. And if you don't think it's such a big idea, then why are you circumcised, my good friend? If you're a Christian in the United States of America, 99% of you are circumcised. Why? If you're a woman watching this, then 99% of you are circumcised your sons. Why? Do you realize that they circumcise a boy, and they circumcise him without any anesthesia? They don't deaden the pain at all. And I mean, take a knife and cut the end of your finger, cut the skin off of the end of your finger. Can you imagine? Baby screaming, crying. There's a lot of graphic pictures that I could show you, but I won't. But why is it done? There's no medical reason for it to be done. In fact, it's really mutilation. That's what it is. It's ritual child sacrifice. That's point number one here. Ritual child sacrifice. It is literally mutilation. And, do we really want to show pictures of the the mutilation that occurs with circumcision? If I could learn how to type here. Circumcision, the practice of circumcising a young boy. So let's circumcision. How does that look to you? Circumcision. It's mutilation. It is just flat out, plain out mutilation. It can't be described as anything other than mutilation. There's another picture I wanted to see. I mean, this gives you an idea of what's going on, right? These are the type of things that are going on. Well, we don't want to show that. But there was one picture I was thinking, oh, here we go. Now, this is distasteful. This isn't, nice to watch, but look at this. Look at what's going on here. Where's that picture? Of course, this is, the Quran, and they don't, Muslims don't do this procedure. But look at that. Look at that. Give him a candy bar. How does that look to you? Does that look like something that a righteous God would do? Does that look like something to you that a holy God would do? Does that look like something to you that a loving God would do? I hate to bring this to show this, but I mean, it is what it is. Are you willing to say that, yeah, I'll go ahead and subject my children to this ritual child sacrifice that is in the Christian church, the Catholic church, the Protestant church, the Jewish church? And before you Muslims get all excited and, oh, we don't do that kind of thing, it's funny because Christianity is an Abrahamic religion. They take care of mutilating the boys. And then Islam, another Abrahamic religion, takes care of mutilating the girls with the clitectomies. So don't beat your chest, Muslims. Don't dislocate your shoulder, patting yourself on the back, followers of Islam. Don't have a big party, you followers of Muhammad, because you are just as much butchers and mutilators of children as your Abrahamic Christian brothers are. Your Abrahamic Christian brothers mutilate the boys, and you guys take care of mutilating the girls. Congratulations. Don't you just love Abrahamic religion? It is a continual, ongoing practice of ritual child abuse, ritual child mutilation, which probably should be against the law. You talk about groups like the Jehovah's Witnesses refusing blood transfusions and other groups refusing medical treatment. I would submit to you that Christians and Jews that circumcise are just as guilty of child abuse, child mutilation, child endangerment by the practice of such a barbaric practice, which is for nothing other than the whim of a twisted, degenerate God. A twisted, degenerate, fallen God. And why does he do it? It's because it puts over you a blood magic spell. It's a blood covenant. When you subject yourself, males, or when you mothers subject your sons to this, you are subjecting them to a blood ritual. And it's a blood ritual that puts that energetic curse of ownership from the person circumcised, from the person whose blood is shed, and the God whom it is shed and offered to. So it's ritualistic child mutilation, and it's blood magic. It puts a curse upon you, a curse of ownership, and we're going to close this broadcast by giving you something you can repeat after me, as I'm going to say this, because I've never done this for myself, because I am circumcised. Right now, I break the power that was forced upon me by circumcision. I break the blood energetic power. I break the blood covenant of circumcision. I reject the blood covenant. I take back my sovereignty. I take back my freedom. I reject the blood covenant of circumcision. I reject it. I declare myself free. I declare this covenant null and void. You ought to say that yourself. If you don't say it now, go back and listen. Is there ritual child mutilation in the Christian church? Yes, without a doubt. Is there blood magic being practiced in the Christian church? Yes, without a doubt. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, Christian whistleblower. Sorry to make you a little bit uncomfortable. It is what it is. I do it to help you indoctrinate yourself.